Well, good morning and welcome to Zen Fits. Let's see what fits today. And I do my talks in my foyer, and the sun comes in. And when the sun comes in and hits my Buddha, it's time to do a talk. So today's title is, well, anyway, what's in the news? Well, impeachment is in the news, and so the title of today's talk is Trump Crosses the Rubicon. Now, I was watching some documentaries on Rome recently, and one of them was about Julius Caesar. And I think that the documentary was a British documentary on 8 events that changed Rome. And one of them was when Julius Caesar crossed the Rubicon. And I never knew what that meant, the Rubicon, until I learned that the Rubicon was a river in northern Italy, and it was the law was that if a general who was up in Gaul, France, or England came crossed the Rubicon with his army and marched towards Rome, that would be a breaking of the law. That would be treason. You can't cross the Rubicon. So Julius Caesar was up in Gaul with his army, very popular, and I forget a little bit about the history, but anyway, he was being challenged by the Senate, and they wanted him to come back to Rome, but leave his army up there. And he knew if he came back to Rome without his army, he would be powerless. So he couldn't stay in Gaul with the army, and he couldn't come back to Rome without the army. So he crossed the Rubicon, came to Rome with the army, took over, became emperor. And then the Senate rebelled and assassinated him. But history was changed. From then on, there was emperors to restore order. He had shifted the center, you see. Before Caesar, the Senate was the center. They were the deciders. And they debated and whatnot, like Congress, you see. So before Congress, in other words, Caesar created the presidency, equivalent to Rome. In other words, Caesar created the emperor, the role of emperor, which integrated all of the different powers of the empire in himself as a person. And from then on, Rome had emperors, and they had one every 2 weeks. But anyway, the whole idea here is that Trump crossed the Rubicon. He finally did something that could not be denied or dismissed or forgotten about or excused or argued away or whatever. He stopped debate. He stopped ambivalence. Trump stopped confusion. Trump stopped ambivalence. Trump restored order. Ironically, you see, by crossing the Rubicon, he ended the ambivalence of the nation. Should we impeach? Should we not? Should we pray for Trump? Should we condemn him? Should we do this? Should we do that? Oh, I don't know. I'm so flabbergasted, you see. Should we do the ambivalence? Catch-22. Every yes becomes a no. Should I do it? No, you shouldn't. I shouldn't do it. Yes, you should. No, yes, no, yes. Wow, 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 wow. Feedback loop. Wow, 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 wow. You see. Trump stopped it. Fuck it. He crossed the Rubicon. Now, you see. Now what are you going to do? You see, when he crossed the Rubicon. You're going to impeach me now? You cowards, you see? Are you going to get some balls? Are you going to stand up and stop this madness? If they didn't, he would cross another Rubicon. He would do something even bigger. Now you're going to stand up. Now you're going to stop you know, when the heart fibrillates, I think that's what we're going. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. It loses its beat. It loses its rhythm. So what do? You smack it. When somebody's fibrillating, In your house, maybe a kid, maybe not a kid, but somebody, maybe your sister, maybe your brother, maybe your brother, some family member, they're fibrillating, blah, 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 and then you, stop that, Batman. Stop that. Smack. Smacks them out of the fibrillation. Wow, 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 wow. So Trump kind of like smack Congress. Stop fibrillating. You see, so there was no, once he crossed the Rubicon, there's no going, for Caesar, there was no going back. He couldn't go back to Gaul. Everything changes. So there's a Rubicon in your life, you see. There's like this abyss, this wall, this fear, barrier. Oh, I can't go by there. What would happen if I do that? Oh my God, wow, 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 what would happen? The mind's going, wow, 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 you see. Feedback loop, mic and an amplifier, wow, 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 wow. That's the fear of the Rubicon. So we cross the Rubicon when we step over it fearlessly, and not really knowing what's going to happen. It's kind of like Indiana Jones in The Last Crusade when he stepped over the abyss, not knowing if there was a bridge there or not. He didn't know, but he stepped, and a bridge appeared. Did he create the bridge? How did the bridge, where was the bridge before when he was on the ledge, you see? He had to change his perspective or his viewpoint in order to see that there was a bridge, but he didn't know. So he had to step out into an unknown, and when his foot, by stepping out, he changed the viewpoint, and the viewpoint revealed what he couldn't see from the previous viewpoint, you see. Anyway, I hope I'm not digressing, but I'm trying to point out that we all have a Rubicon in our own life. And when we cross it, everything changes. When we cross the Rubicon, that fearless act of faith, we become integrated. Everything falls into place. We know who we are. We're like Greta. I've been writing about Greta, the little Swedish girl. She's kind of like an icon now. She's a metaphor. She's no longer a little girl. She's no longer some little girl in history. She's now a Joan of Arc. She's now an integrating force to stop the fibrillation over climate change. Oh, should we do this? Oh, no, we that. Greta says, the house is burning. Why do you dither about who caused it or how much it's going to cost to fix it? Your house is burning, you see. That's kind of like a Rubicon. You know, that whole idea. Anyway, thanks for dropping in. Hope you have a Zen Fit today.